I am being fussed at by my other baby girl.
Aw, but I'm your number one baby girl, right?
No.
Well, he's definitely had you longer and proved how easily replaceable you were by getting Lola.
Well, all right.
Yeah, Lola has lap privileges, you do not.
Yet.
All right. Is everybody ready to start?
And
As soon as the game is up, yes.
Game's up.
The game is up, yep.
Ugh.
Okay, there we go.
I have my push to talk button set for my mouse, but then I realized, like, one of my side mouse buttons, but then I realized I can't click on anything while that's happening, so.
Yep.
Alright. I have it set to left alt, like a sensible person would do. Alright. Well, I'm seeing people are starting to get into there now.
Ba, 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 ba.
Let me know when everybody is in the game.
I am
Missing
in the
Raquel, who's
game.
getting food.
Oh, okay.
He's been gone for some time. He is hunting and or gathering. And also, Trev has no excuse, but he's also not in the game yet.
I am in the game.
Try again,
Or
buddy.
not.
Refresh. And I love that last week's and this week's recording are going to have the exact same conversation.
Truly.
I was just sitting there looking at the.
Yeah,
Oh, there
just
we
like
go.
last week.
Yeah.
On the subject of Star Wars, here's a fun little quote. Harrison Ford hated playing Han Solo, which made him better at playing Han Solo, because Han Solo did not want to be there doing these things either.
This is very true.
Get out of here, anonymous blobfish.
I am good to get start. Oh, I know that we're still waiting for Rokel. If everybody's okay with it, we can go ahead and start without him, or
I mean, I'm good.
where's
No,
the
we're
group
starting
sitting morally?
We're starting without Hagen anyway, so.
I suppose. Well, yeah. I mean, and they're not going to be coming.
Could you believe Super Bowl and family are more important than Star Trek and us? Like,
Yeah, truly. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
So
some
fucking
people's
weird.
priorities.
Right? Like, what the hell?
Truly.
It's like the sort of person who puts their shoes on before their pants. This just ain't right.
Now hold on a minute. I do that too.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I am a flagrant liar.
Nah, Tyler's one of those weird people who goes sock shoe, sock shoe.
Hey man, don't come at me like that.
How would you like me to come at you?
Yeah, I guess like that's fine.
I take requests.
Wonderful. Okay, I am going to get an intro ready here. I'm assuming that we've been recording for the past 15 minutes.
You can assume whatever you want.
Yeah, all right. Sure, all my notes are up. That's one thing that I'm going
I think Trev's having a stroke.
No,
to...
no,
Don't
I'm here.
you dare fucking fall asleep on us again. I was really scared.
I'm not gonna. Man, I was really tired all last week.
No, I get it.
A little jet lagged because I went on a work trip, so I think I was a little jet lagged, and I was just
Yeah,
Ooh.
that canasta
Not an
tournament
excuse.
takes a lot out of you.
Canasta's for the young kids. I play bridge. Enough.
Oh my god.
I play.
I would love to see Trev shooting some dice. That would be my favorite thing to see.
He missed the shuffleboard tournament because he couldn't shuffle fast enough.
Exactly.
Alright, guys, let's get started here. Hello and welcome to the USS Guan Yu, a Star Trek Adventures show here on the USS Guan Yu channel. My name is Tyler. I'm your wonderful GM here tonight. We are joined by most of our crew here tonight. Last we left off, as the episode is titled, a surprise nighttime visitor visited Captain Edwards overnight. A stunning and very bold assassination attempt occurred and was truly almost successful. The would-be assassin, instead of driving a survival knife deep into the chest of Captain Edwards, decided to turn it on himself, relegating himself back to the sickbay in which he escaped from. Working on your investigations, you found out that, in fact, he simply woke up, stabbed a doctor, and just, sort of very lackadaisically and quickly walked through the ship, got onto a turbolift, saw the captain's door, broke in, and tried to kill him.
We really need to do something about the security on this ship.
Yeah, truly. I don't know what you guys are doing on that. Continuing, looking at some of the camera logs, investigating your current Orion, shall we say prisoners? Yeah, prisoners. You found out some relatively important information for that here. This is not going to be as amped up as last week was, so I'm going to say that we're going to be at a frosty 3-threat game. So what are we at? 12? Something like that? Yeah,
That's
12.
how that works.
I am going to take your momentum away, though.
For now.
Great. To give you all a little bit of an idea of where you are currently, I would say that at this point, at the beginning of our episode, we start about 4 days in to our journey back to Deep Space Fortitude. I know that y'all had some repairs to do, and are now kicking it at warp 9.975 back to DS Fortitude. This puts you about maybe a little over maybe 40% of the way back home. You're about to cross over the section border between the partially Federation zone here in this section. Whoa! Holding Alt, you can do a triangle ping. That's so cool.
Our game master,
Anyways.
everybody.
Nice.
Okay, but that's rad as fuck.
No, it is.
To be fair, I didn't know either, but...
Fuck you, man.
That is so cool.
Okay,
control
that's
do
only for
everything?
me. Only I can do it.
We're so easily amused.
What have you done? Focus up. Did we lose Tyler again?
Sorry, I forgot that I pushed to talk on. That's why I was holding Alt and clicking. Yeah, I'm so good at this. You're about, like I mentioned, 40% of the way through your mission, and making your way back. I open it up to you. I would say that you probably have about, what's the math on that? What, 7, 8 days left?
No. At warp 9.975, we could get from where we started to where we want to go in a little over 2 days. So,
2 days. So
we weren't going that fast to start, but if we're going warp 9.975 from where we're sitting, you're looking at a day and a half left.
Yep. So you guys have the day. I open it up to y'all. You're well aware of the situation that you find yourselves in. You're escaping a supposed Orion stronghold. You're making your way back home. You're about to cross back into Federation territory. I open it up to you. What would people like to do?
Well, the first thing I
For
have to do
yeah,
is tell Admiral Yannick what's going on.
wow. Okay.
Kind of drug my heels on that one, forgetting that was not a thing that would just naturally happen. Apparently, we just don't
Absolutely.
automatically send progress reports. Who knew?
Nope. All right. We are gonna then start here in the captain's ready room.
Just real quick, the captain I think will know of the intelligence data that Raquel was able to get
My wife's upside down.
from the interrogation last session.
Yep, I've got everything. I hope.
I was just saying he would have forward whatever he learned from last session's interrogation.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I'm starting to hate this room. Got my little French press.
Yeah, you sit.
And a little electric kettle. I'm making coffee, staring at the wall.
Yeah, you find yourself sitting. The ship is on sort of normal readiness. You are sitting in a room with apparently a grandfather clock ticking back and forth. It's all quiet as you continue forward. What would you like to do?
Captain Edwards to Ensign Strasser.
Threw me for a loop. Okay. Strasser here.
Can you give me a secure line to Admiral Yannick on DS Fortitude, please?
Aye, sir. I will get that handled.
Thank you.
All right. Now, for no reason at all, I am going to make this a roll.
Are you telling me my communications officer can't handle this?
Well, no, you specified that it's going to be a secure line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for sure. This is going to be one of my favorite times in which I will let you declare your difficulty. I'd say don't go more than 6, but if you want to go more than 6, you can go more than 6.
Yeah. All right, well, first of all, I'm putting my fucking shields at 16 where they belong.
Yeah, so this will be a 4, difficulty 4. All right. It is going to be control engineering. The ship is going to be assisting with communications something. Yeah, communications engineering. I'll give it to you.
Okay. We'll activate Ensign Strasser for the first time this session.
Ooh.
Which we're going to... We've already done an attribute. We're going to... Oh, fuck, I already did a discipline, too. Damn it.
Looks like Strasser has an encryption, all right.
And
Strasser is almost a full human.
Yeah, almost. I'm working on it. I put 1. Focus. Hey, that's me. Fuck off.
And then who would like to roll for Ensign Strasser?
Sure, I will.
Okay. Yep. It's going to be a control engineering role, difficulty 4. You're going to be assisted by the ship's communications engineering.
Okay, control engineering, you said, or science?
Engineering.
Engineer? Okay. And does encryption or communications as focus work?
Encryption certainly will help.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't found a talent
And
for it yet, but
I
we'll be
am
fine for now.
assisting or making the main role with her again.
You're doing the main role.
Okay. All right then. All right. Let's see, does she have bold? No, she doesn't. Or cautious. She doesn't have cautious in engineering. So,
No,
all right,
because normally communication roles aren't engineering, but yeah, go fuck me.
all right then.
Oh, really? What else would you have him as? Science?
Yes,
Have the ship be the primary role.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, you can amend it. You can make the ship primary roller if you want.
No, it's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Let's Strasser will roll the control engineering.
Okay. We don't have any momentum, so we'll go ahead and just you know what, Jim? I'll go ahead and give you threat for 4 dice, just so we can maybe try to generate some kind of momentum.
And
Possibly be able
due to the
to.
fact that your chief science officer completed the Shackleton project, I'm not assigning any complication range to this.
Oh. Okay.
I take
well,
back my shit
thank
talking.
you.
Thank you for your benevolence.
Thank you very much, whoever completed that. All right, we'll go and roll. Ah, fuck.
Sweet mother of God, Strasser.
I know. Yeah, her engineering score is not the best,
Well, yeah, doesn't help
and
you roll 2 19s.
I don't have a value, so I can't do anything with that, and I don't have a reroll, so yeah, there's really nothing she can do about that.
All right, the ship still gets to roll.
Yay, ship. Be real great, ship. Do me a solid and get 3 successes on this. Be a dear.
We need a crit, actually.
Even a crit wouldn't get us 3.
I'll roll the ship. What is it? What's the roll?
Communications engineering.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Who let Trev roll the ship?
I was gonna say, you guys said it was okay. I mean,
Trev's like, you know
really,
what I
it's
want to
all your
see?
fault.
A pattern. Let's get more 19s up in here.
We are starting the game. I will allow you to succeed at cost. I will not tell you what the cost will be, though.
It's one way or the other. Either this gets picked up, and at which point the news should already be making its way there one way. You know, fuck it. Nah, let it go. I'll think it's encrypted, and I'll jack up Strasser later.
Yeah. Yeah, you see Strasser, Jennifer puts through just a normal communication. She's in the middle of finalizing the write-up of the Shackleton project, so she's like, yes, sir, and you see the screen pops up as just a standard communication through the subspace traffic. Usually a encrypted transmission or a secure transmission would ask you for identifiers, but this time it does not.
And come to me in my chambers in the academy.
Fun.
What was that?
I don't know. Somebody's watching something in the background. That's
Somebody
fun.
was being invited to someone's chambers.
Who am I grabbing? One moment here. Popping up on. I just realized something. If you alt and then drag out, it cloaks the token for you.
I'm muting for a moment.
Can you mute him too?
Anyways,
I don't need to find out what else Alt can do.
you see Admiral Yannick is you see that his head is sort of facing down, and he goes, "Yes, Captain. What can I do for you?"
Just wanted to bring you up to speed. We're on our way back, but there's a few things I'd like you to hear before we get there.
And which one of them is killing the Klingon high officer in the Shackleton project? That is a joint project with the Klingons. Is it the first one or the second one?
Actually, and I pick up a pad, it's 0.4.
Oh my god.
I had them in chronological order.
Edwards, what the hell is happening out there? There was a massive. We saw uncloaked Klingon vessels coming through our territory and then going deep into the Shackleton, where I thought that their ships weren't even fitted for the region. Then I find out by the Klingon cruisers that came back that you were in some sort of firefight with Commander Czech, and now he's dead.
That, yeah, pretty much sums it up. I can send you the bullet points, but long story short, they set up an ambush at what we believe to be a syndicate stronghold, and we ran out of there with our nacelles between our legs.
Okay. Did you have any casualties?
Nope, no casualties. We managed to rescue 4 Orion hostages as well. I'm hoping to get something out of them, but I think they're just victims in all this.
And then, Captain, just one other thing: is there a reason why you have a black eye right now, or what's the story about that?
That would be the assassination attempt.
You said that he went to go and take a drink, and he. What are you talking about?
One of our refugees attempted to kill me in my sleep. It's fine. He's in sickbay recovering from surgery.
From search. Oh, okay. All right. Hang on one second. You see that he stands up from his chair and walks out of frame. You hear a deep comes back in with his hands on his head and sits down. Captain, you're on your way back now.
Yes, we'll be there in approximately a day and a half. Maybe less if we have to slow down. Oh, sorry, more if we have to slow down.
Right. Try not to slow down. I am going to need your help with the diplomatic uproar that we're probably going to get from the Klingons. What was? I mean, Commander Czech wasn't even meant to be operating in that area. How did it end up that he's dead?
Sir, this isn't a secure line. I'll discuss that with you in person. But we do have reason to believe. Yeah, no, I'm not unsecure line.
Okay. Well, just I guess try not to get hurt out there. Okay. I look forward to
wouldn't
a
hold
full
my breath.
briefing when you get back.
See you in a couple days, sir.
Yep. Thanks, Captain. And you see the line goes dark.
I don't even know why I typed these into chronological order. I'm going to walk out onto the bridge and go, Ensign Strasser, can you define the word encrypted for me?
And moving the ship to the bridge. Woodyard was inside Ensign Strasser for a second. 1 second. Let's get ready.
Cough, cough.
Ensign Strasser turns around from the readout and says, "Sir."
That was the least encrypted line I've ever seen.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
That was
If
the
I had a
subspace equivalent of skywriting.
what is sky? It's not important. I I apologize, Captain. Uh, yeah, I sincerely apologize.
Just don't let it happen again. If I need an encrypted line, I would very much like an encrypted line.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
Alright. Rokel to the bridge.
On my way.
I'm gonna walk up here. Lieutenant Mitchell.
Captain Edwards. What can I do for you?
I'm fairly certain, as of right now, you're no longer on duty. And he's just nonchalantly leaning there, looking at his fingernails.
Sir, I was just finishing up my pass along for the next shift. The next shift, I was going to pass it along to myself. I was going to work the next shift too. But if you need,
You'll see that your next 24 hours is actually free, and Holodeck Deck 2 is booked for you. You'll also see that Kestra has the same time slot.
radio, sir. She springs up and says, "I get your point." And she half walks, half jogs, without being dismissed, to the turbo lift. Meeting.
Look around, it's like, you still need to. Where's your? I'm gonna sit down.
You see,
She'll figure it out in a second.
about 5 seconds pass as I try to find her fucking token again. Sorry. The Ensign. Ensign, report to the bridge. And you see a red shirt.
Generic red shirt number 6 show up.
It is a red shirt, but whatever. You see that there's a security officer who is looking to add some flight training on.
We're flying in a straight line. He should be able to accomplish this.
Okay. Did you need anything else from me?
No, you're good. Have a good day.
Okay. I will. And Rokel, you pass Lieutenant Mitchell, who's kind of giddy as a schoolgirl running past.
He just shakes his head.
To your shaking head, I'm like, she gets to spend the day with her Parmakai.
Then he seems to nod in understanding. So what can I do for you, Captain?
I've got a number of things to take care of on this ship, and we're flying in a straight line. So, until I return, the con is yours.
Okay, sir.
Edwards just
give me
indicates to the view screen, just fly that way. Go
Captain,
ahead.
give me an insight command check. I'll say difficulty of 1.
I'm gonna use my focus?
Of
Reading people?
is that a focus
Gambling.
that you have? No.
Gambling. I'll just let it fly.
1 moment generated. You see, Lieutenant Dune. His eyes kind of go wide, and then he turns around and faces the back of the ops console, and gets to work on a report.
Is there a problem, Lieutenant Dune?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. Well then. Raquel? Dune? Edwards
Captain,
to Sersha? Go ahead.
I do have something to let you know, Captain, before you go off. Perhaps in your ready room.
Very well.
Uh-oh.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun dun dun. Okay.
I love the sound of Trev's laugh. It's just a slight choking sound.
Hey, at least he's laughing and not actually sleeping. So
Yeah. So, well, yeah, you're exactly right.
Roquel, A2. I can't believe it.
A2.
A2, Roquel. A2.
Captain, I wanted to let you know, um, I have taken my liberty to organize some drills for the security, and I haven't done this yet though, but I could speak to possibly someone from my house to be able to get some additional ships to assist us.
Let's wait out on that until we get back to DS Fortitude. The news has already gotten there, so people are likely already far more involved than they need to be.
Well, also would like to know on that front as well. I don't believe we should worry about too much on the diplomatic front, as as Klingon intelligence is aware that Czech is a traitor, that Patak.
That may be all well and good, but we still have appropriate steps to take. As far as the evidence being provided to the Klingon High Council is concerned, we showed up in the middle of space, destroyed a Klingon vessel with a high-ranking officer, and then left with nary a word. And then waited a few days to tell even Starfleet. So, we're not in the greatest light right now.
Fair enough. Well, that was really all I needed. I just needed to say. Um, I can let you go off with your own business, sir.
Okay. If you need anything, let me know, and thank you for everything you've done up to this point.
Of course. He gets up, and he doesn't do a Klingon salute this time around. He just walks off.
Okay.
And he's on con, so I guess he'll just work there.
Yeah, return everybody back to where they are. Fantastic. One side note, my Google Fiber Wi-Fi, and this isn't an ad, #ad, sorry, is so good. Everything just loaded immediately. It was so great. Anyways, sorry. With that,
I want to thank Google for sponsoring this episode.
yeah, absolutely.
Lord knows they couldn't afford it, but they sent those last 3 shekels just to us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was 3 cents for every mention of Google Fiber.
Quiet,
Fiber.
you! I wasn't actually talking to you.
Oh. Tell Brenda I said hi.
I was talking to Google.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, and yeah, Roquel, you take a seat in the captain's chair. This is your first time there, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I don't believe he was ever in the chair on the Klingon ship before. So
Yeah. You look forward, the starfield flashing in front of you. One of the security enlisted people sort of nervously looks over his shoulder, goes back to setting setting the course, making small course adjustments, while Captain Edwards heads where?
Do you have a
De-
problem, Ensign, or what's his rank? Because the dude who
Uh,
just glanced him
he
back
is
at us.
a petty officer.
Is there a problem, petty officer?
No, sir. I just making course corrections. Rokel, make an insight command roll, difficulty 1.
All right. Well, my command is half decent. All right, so it was what was it again? Insight.
Yep, insight command.
All right. Starfleet protocols focus. Probably
No,
not.
this is more about reading people.
All right. Well, in that case, no, I don't have anything for this. So we'll just go ahead and roll the 2. Why not?
All right.
Won't give you anything. There we go.
One momentum generated. Yeah, you get a general feeling from the room. Everybody sort of takes. You're not used to this on a Klingon ship. When Klingon command is handed over, everybody pretty much accepts it without question, especially during times of war. It's like, oh yeah, somebody else needs to sit there. But you're in a room surrounded by people who are, oh, hey, you got me a Pop-Tart, not a Pop-Tart, a Hot Pocket, thank you.
Hi, Matt.
Aw,
So someone gave everyone a
yeah,
hot
a
pocket?
Pop-Tart, Hot Pocket,
Awesome.
yep. Sorry,
Everyone has a snack.
yeah, for sure. He, sorry, yeah, my life is just so great right now. Anyways, yeah, you're surrounded in a room with people who are very, very used to having one, maybe 2 people in command, and those people they have been serving with for a bit. You're still relatively new on board the ship, Rokel, and people are just getting used to it. The security officer, security enlisted in particular, is probably just scared of you, which you find a compliment. So yeah,
So everyone on board is not. So everyone here is not really too used to seeing a Klingon in the chair instead of someone like Edwards or
100%. Yeah.
Doctor. All right, that's fair.
All right. Edwards, where are you heading off to?
Engineering, because I can't remember what deck sickbay is on. Ah, there it is, deck 5. I was right, son of a bitch. Still engineering.
Still engineering. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Heading down. Uh, let's get some people on this ship. Yeah, in this room. Let's go ahead and grab turn up to guard security. We're gonna do a couple of these.
Why is Chief Fox in engineering not over in the transporter room where I chained him to the console?
And yeah, what would Commander Kelly be doing right about now?
Well, assuming that there are no repairs that need to be done, I believe that I was told that breaches can only be repaired in a space dock.
That is correct. You are yeah. So with that, you're currently the sensors are operational, but they are, as Scotty likes to say, bypassed like a Christmas tree. You have power shunting out and into the system, trying to get them to work at what they were previously at. I would say that your current sensor efficiency, which usually is right smack dab on the money at 100%, is sitting at around 85, 84.
Okay. In that case, she will be in her office. and she will be going over sensor logs trying to get IDs on the birds of prey that attacked us.
Okay. Um, for the purposes of this, I'm going to say that your office is this little station right here for now.
That's
Uh,
less of an office and more of a console.
yeah, no. I don't have an engineering office ready. But let's go ahead and yeah. So you're looking at getting the IDs on those vessels. Um, go ahead and specific. Are you looking for like ship like something as basic as like ship names? Are you looking for a full trace of where they've been?
Transponder codes.
Okay. Um, yeah. Go ahead and give me. I'll say because this is going over computer records. Rather sensor logs. I'll say reason science. Reason science or reason security. Um, difficulty of 2.
Okay. Assisted by the ship's computer?
The ship's the ship will be assisting by computer science.
Okay. So that
I'll
gives
roll a ship.
me. Okay, I can't use bold on this. Electronic warfare focus.
Not in this case, no.
Espionage focus.
I'll mm, yeah, I'll give that to you.
All right. Here we go.
Trev redeems himself.
Thanks, guys.
2 momentum
Ah,
generated.
Trev.
Yes. So you look into the transponder codes of the. Are you looking specific? Are you looking? You're looking at the birds of prey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the ships that survived the encounter with us.
Right. So you know of 4 uncloaked ships that you were able to get that information off of based on just the sensor logs. One of them was a sort of salvage project. You see the transponder code links, and with this, you actually link into just like limited like KDF supply systems. You see, this is from a different salvage yard than some of the other places that you've gotten, but still salvage. The other 3 have active KDF signatures, meaning that they are ships, not ships of the line, but they are still in use.
Interesting, interesting.
Keep in mind, you're always welcome to ask questions with momentum.
I will see here. Can I cross-reference, or can I contact the station and cross-reference these IDs with ships they've seen coming and going?
Um, yeah. I will just give you that. Um, yeah, you know that these went into the territory. Um, I would say at sort of mid cruising warp about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Um, you know, the last bit I'll give you about that is that these 3 ships were set out as a squadron on patrol. Um, And then, yeah, that's all that you really know about that. That's what they told, um, sort of the flight controller of Deep Space Fortitude that, yep, we're heading out on patrol. Here's our orders. And yeah,
Alright, what about the salvage project one?
you do not see that pass within the control sphere of DS Fortitude.
Okay. What about the trap ships? What did our sensor logs get of those ships?
I will take a momentum for that. Um, those ships were listed as casualties of the, yeah, you pull them up and you pull up DSF, KDF, DSF KDF joint operations in the area. Those vessels were sent out as um sort of a while ago, actually, probably more than a month ago, to see how far they could get in the Shackleton with their current rig, uh, um, engine rigging setup. They were sort of hot, like technical test bed ships. You see that they had sort of newer engine configurations, different ways of folding their subspace pattern um, at warp, their warp fields and things like that. Um, you see that they, according to the log, they left and were never seen from DSF again.
Okay. Curious stuff.
It's about this time that Captain Edwards, you walk in.
Captain?
Sersha? I look up lovingly at the warp core. So how's everything running?
She'll get us home.
Well, that was
Sensor
my
efficiency is at about 85%.
It's better than the 0 I had a few days ago. Thanks for that, by the way. Not entirely certain what you did, but
I just worked my magic.
and what's this magic? And he indicates the console full of gobbledygook.
This is the transponder codes of the 4 birds of prey that joined in that ambush. 3 of them dropped by Deep Space Fortitude as a patrol squadron. One of them is supposed to be sitting in a moth yard somewhere. The 2 decoy ships were listed as missing in action after being sent into the Shackleton to see how far they could get.
Just now realizing that I did not know any of those ships were attacking me. I had no
Yeah,
sensors at the time.
They fired several volleys from their cannons, but they missed a lot.
All of them.
They,
It
All
was
of them
weird,
missed.
actually.
Sorry.
I had no shield and had me dead to rights. How did they miss?
The Shackleton's weird.
Shackleton is indeed weird. Okay. And how's morale down in engineering?
Thersha will stick her head out of her office. How we doing today, folks?
Good, sir. They all say at once.
Carry on. Yeah, they were holding on.
Well, that sounded programmed.
I'll make sure they get some snacks later.
Basically, just doing the round to the ship. News travels faster than I do, so everyone knows I was... someone tried to kill me in my quarters, so I'm just making sure everyone gets to see me. Alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic.
Yeah, try not to trip and, break something. That seems like something you'd do.
I promise, middle of the corridors only, Actually, I have given Kestra and Sarah the day off, so if anything happens,
Oh, that'll do wonders for their morale.
I guess you're in charge.
Oh, fun.
Well,
Don't
the
break
next
anything,
stop is.
please.
I make no promises. I actually put Raquel on the con, so. I mean, it's flying a straight line, even. He shouldn't shoot anything, but just in case. It's his fault.
Okay. Captain, with your permission, I'd like to forward this data to Starfleet Intelligence.
Make sure the line is encrypted. We're having some encryption issues up on the bridge. I couldn't tell Yannick everything I wanted to.
Will do.
Oh,
I've got my ways.
I figured. Next step, I have a conversation with my would-be assassin.
You want some help with that?
I think I'm good. Thanks, though.
All right, have fun. Don't let him stab you again.
I make no promises. And what do you mean again? He didn't stab me once.
Okay, fine. Don't let him finish the job.
Well, you know me, always pushing people to achieve things I hadn't yet. I'm just gonna wave and walk out at that one.
I am going to step away for just a moment, then we'll move on to the next scene.
Yep, I keep cutting out with you guys. So if I think it's some, I don't know, something's weird going on.
It's all good. We believe in you. It's the subspace interference of the Shackleton. It affects everyone.
Got it.
Yeah. Try not to think about it. No, it'll be a bit before Sersha contacts intelligence, because now she's going to go through the communications with a fine-tooth comb.
Thanks, Strasser. And your shitty ass rolls.
She's going to just make sure that there's nothing piggybacking, nothing listening in.
Yep. Okay. To the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home.
I am a fool.
Yes, you are. But why?
Because I moved my sheets from the washer to the dryer, but I didn't fill the washer back up.
Ah, yes. I can hear my washer and spin cycle as we speak.
Lola, it's a clothes hamper. It's not that exciting.
But it's your clothes hamper. I could get all up inside, and I could smell like you, and you could smell like me. Also walk.
Dogs are wonderful.
Alrighty, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and all right. We are gonna head back to the bridge.
There is something that Saoirse would like to do.
Oh yeah, let's head back and yeah, I forgot.
That is thanks to mild concern given to her by the captain. She would like to go over the communication systems and make sure everything is on the up and up, like there's nothing trying to listen in.
Okay. So specifically, you're looking. So you're specifically looking internally, like you're looking for specific bugging techniques on your comm system, like the subspace relay, things like that, right?
Yeah. Or if there's any damage that has been overlooked that would be interfering with encryption.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and for the fun of it, I will let you declare your own difficulty between 2 and 5 for looking for any damage or any nefarious things.
Right. Reason engineering?
Reason engineering.
Okay, this involves a computer.
Yep.
Does it?
I'll say so. Yeah.
It was me just teasing. The engineering sound keeps cutting out. Makes me
Why?
sad.
Okay, so that's
Is it on set to loop? It's only a minute and a half long.
right. Given what I'm looking for, espionage or electronic warfare focus?
Tell me which one you'll use, and it will color the information I give you slightly.
Let's go espionage focus.
All right. Yeah, and like I mentioned, yeah, reason engineering declared difficulty between 2 and 5.
I will give you 3 threat for a 5th dice, difficulty 5.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make it count.
I will re-roll one of those 17s.
Okay.
Alright, let's get the ship.
The ship will be assisting. You're using internal sensors. I will go structure engineering.
Trev, you got that?
Yep.
Thank you, dear.
Structure engineering. Sorry.
I'm missing a D6 out of my dice, and it saddens me.
Alright, that is 8 successes.
All right, that is 3 floating momentum. Actually, 3 bank momentum rather. You do the thing that you're good at. You're smelling something off, and you go and look at the communication system. To your best reckoning, there is no damage that would be interfering with any encryption protocols. That wouldn't be something that would be a hardware issue anyways. It would be more of a software or firmware issue. In terms of, I mean, you're poring over sensor logs right now, looking and visually inspecting communications junctions, and looking for the likely places in which any sort of listening devices would be planted. And you are not finding anything. Because it's difficulty 5, you even go so far as going to the main computer juncture for where these encryptions take place and running tachyon fields over it. Nothing cloaked. Yeah, you are all good.
Okay. Can I spend 2 dice, 2 floating momentum to create an advantage? Secure communications.
Okay. I would allow that. I will say that for the remainder of this mission and for the next mission, any communications that you need to make, any hails or anything, will be, I will say, encrypted to a difficulty 5 setting.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, anybody that's trying to listen in has a difficulty 5 floater that they need to pass.
Can I spend the last float to determine that we were having encryption issues earlier because of PEBCAC?
I'm sorry, I'm not too hip on Pepicac.
Problem exists between chair and keyboard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see that it was just an oversight. The encryption protocols were never triggered during the communication. It's just a matter of pushing the wrong button. Happens to the best of you.
Yep, okay. Not to further hijack, but to actually further hijack, can I contact Starfleet Intelligence now?
Absolutely. Are you reaching out to anybody in particular?
She will reach out to the appropriate liaison.
I see. Not any high-placed friends in Starfleet Intelligence.
It would be inappropriate at this juncture, and she's trying to be better about that.
Character growth? Yeah, for sure. I will, yeah, let me grab, let me see here. I do not have a ready-made intelligence token.
I would.
I do, however. Let me pull up a ghost one here. Just one moment for me. I will just grab a yellow shirt. That's fine. Yeah. You see a secure communication sends out. You use DSF as a junction. The junction goes from DSF to, and you see the routing information. You have a couple of options in terms of getting this back to intelligence proper. There is currently no intelligence attaché assigned to DSF. I mean, other than Admiral Yannick, who does take intelligence information and transfers it to the appropriate channels. You see, to reach back to Starfleet Intelligence proper, there are 2 routes. One of them going through Narendra Station and then following the Federation subspace line, or you can go through, Klingon KDF encrypted channels, have them transfer you through their territory, and then get.
We just got ambushed by Klingons. We're going through Narendra.
Alrighty.
I'll remind you that Narendra is a joint operation between Klingons and Federation.
Yes, but it is a joint and not operated solely by.
Just carry on.
Alrighty. You route through Narendra Station. You take, just one moment, I have a thing. Just give me one moment.
The sector we were just in where we got ambushed was 548890, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, GM, we have named them all.
Oh, really?
Yes, I named them
What are the
earlier
names?
today. It was a joke in my log that Kelly would have to name them. So they're named the Anzai sector. So going top to bottom, Anzai sector, Lormian sector, and the Inside sector.
Insidiae.
Sorry, Insidiae.
Yeah, it's Latin for ambush.
I see. Wow, that's a great name for it. Give me just one moment.
There you go.
I'm spending.
No. We're just trying to talk to our friends.
Okay. To all intents and purposes, your communication goes through.
Okay.
You see after a couple of minutes, um, please hold for Starfleet Intelligence Attaché. Exploration Sector 0010. And you see in front of you is a Vulcan female. You see that she has sort of long pointed ears, sort of very very Vulcan modest, sort of long hair that's that's like so straight that goes back behind her ears and then goes all the way down her back. Jet black hair, very thin, precise eyes. And she says, "This is Lieutenant J.G. Filar. To whom am I speaking?"
This is Lieutenant Commander Saoirse Kelly. Verification Delta Green 995. Read back and verify.
Delta Green 995. Lieutenant Commander Kelly. What can intelligence do for you today?
I received permission from my captain to send you our sensor logs concerning the ambush at sector 548890. Confirmed presence of 1 Klingon Vorcha attack cruiser destroyed, and 4 Klingon birds of prey, plus 2 other derelict birds of prey that were used as decoys.
You see that her eyes flick to a different monitor. Shackleton expanse combat noted. You see that in her eyes, you see her eyes flicking back and forth. By just her eye movement, you see that she must have 6 or 7 full monitors up in front of her. You see her head moves up and down. You see her fingers are playing. Her right hand is just flying across an LCAR system. This person knows computers. Your log is verified. Please transmit sensor log information.
You'll transmit the sensor logs. I would also like to note possible but unconfirmed Orion Syndicate involvement and confirmed presence of Dominion technology.
You see her eyes narrow as you say Dominion. Dominion, you say.
Yes, the decoy ships were filled with Dominion explosives.
Possible origin?
Uncertain.
This will be directed up the chain of command here at Starfleet Intelligence. Please let your captain know that you and your ship's events and progress are now going to be tracked by Starfleet Intelligence. Please forward any and all useful intel on Dominion activities.
Understood.
Starfleet Intelligence wishes you a wonderful day. She blinks and ends the communication.
That That's a weird DM I just got from Buford.
I don't even want to know. Don't even want to know.
But Kelly will tap her comm badge. Fuck names.
You see the engineers all turn around and look at you.
She starts numbering them. Hey, number 2, get back to work.
Edwards. Hagen.
Oh, is it me?
Kelly to Edwards.
I've been gone for 2 minutes. I haven't even gotten to the turbo lift. What's up?
Just wanted to let you know we got a little birdie on our shoulder, that's all.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
And said birdie has requested that we immediately forward any information we discover about Dominion activity in the area.
Sure, we'll add that to our to-do list.
Alright. That's all, Captain.
Edwards out.
Kelly's gonna turn around, look at the engineering crew. Anyone else want nachos?
And with that, we move on to the next
funny
thing.
'cause that is so funny because I'm actually having nachos for dinner, so
Oh,
I think it's absolutely
jealous.
funny.
Wonderful choice.
I want to make nachos tomorrow. Hope you feel good about yourself.
Oh, GM, I also wanted a scene, we'll say maybe somewhat before the con thing.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go ahead and move over to you. Give me just one moment. Yeah, where would you like the scene to take place at?
First off, number one, he will do the scene in his own quarters. He will send maybe just a probably a text only. It'll probably be easier. To his distant cousin in the Klingon intelligence. From
Alrighty.
his house, the guy who was told about Czech, and
Right.
he will inform him as of what happened in the expanse, or just recently.
Okay.
What happened just to us, basically. Probably text only because it'll probably be easier to just send that over.
Okay. What exactly, specifically, what are you going to be sending over? Like all the like every single bit of details from the ambush. What you guys have been doing out in the Shackleton? Other than that, what do you
Just
think?
what is just the involvement of Czech, because just that one is what he would be more concerned about.
Okay. Let's go ahead and yeah, you you type out a short blurb, uh, bringing up Commander Czech's involvement, probably with the Orion Syndicate. Do you bring up the fact that he died?
Yes.
Okay. The fact that the ship in glorious combat killed him. When we were outmatched, outgunned. You
Blind to the universe.
all right. And we'll play some
Okay, but
wibbly wobbly
100%, that was a glorious battle.
It was
100%.
100%. 100%. Give me just one moment. I am going to do another roll here.
Damn it, I want to play a Klingon. I could exaggerate the fuck out of that scene.
Right?
There we were,
Lured in by a
facing down.
nefarious trap, disabled and half blind. surrounded by enemy warships.
All right, yeah, you send the communication out. You wait for a while for the response. This response comes back to you in a text form, and it says, Kapla, glorious battle won. Commander Check uh, is a stain on the Klingon Empire and our glorious intelligence services. His death brings new meaning and new cause to the Klingon effort in the war, and frankly, he was just a dick. So
I'm sorry, what was
Telling
that?
it like
I've
it
been working
is.
on my Federation applications.
Yeah, from who? Sersha?
How about this? We'll just say he really meant he was just a patak or something like that.
yeah, for sure. No, yeah, absolutely. He goes on to say this. He says the Klingon word for it's not brother. It's more like it's like cherished relative, but in English. But the it loses meaning in the translation. Like means like dear relative, like cherished loved one, something like that. Um, be careful in the Shackleton. We have heard reports of very troubling movements. There are gathering foes in the shadows, and we know not what will happen next.
Sus. All right. Well,
And that's all he sent.
okay. He will archive that in his messages. And the next thing is run some drills, and I wanted and I want this to try to be a way, I want this to try to be a lasting one, a lasting advantage for us in a possible conflict. So we'll be better prepared is kind of what I mean.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the nature of drills, right?
Yeah.
In terms of having so in terms of creating a lasting advantage, the excuse me, you would need I would say that this would be the start of like a multi-session extended task, something that you attempt one same I would say it's like similar to the Shackleton project. Maybe not so long of an extended task, but
Right.
one that you attempt every and when that uh, one that you can attempt once per session. It would be probably a control security role. Um, that you would be the main roller on, considering that you'd be you're chief of security currently, and that would be sort of your day, like during the better part of your day, you're doing these drills. Um, Anybody who would also be willing to sacrifice, like, hey, I'm not going to be doing anything else today. This is what I'm going to be doing. Would be able to come in and assist you with doing that.
Okay.
I will in terms of what the result of that extended task would be, um, I will say that that gives you, um, I'm gonna put it in D&D terms. It make it c- makes you immune to the quote unquote surprise condition, meaning that you will always be able to act first in an ambush situation.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's a big advantage, especially,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Let me formalize that in an task here for you. Just one moment. And then, yeah, give me some details. Like, what specifically are you going to be drilling? Um, I will say you will need to choose between like ground combat and space combat. You can either run like simulated drills in the holodeck for either one of those, whether it be like a bridge scenario, battle time repair scenarios, things like that. Or you could
So
do like um, sort of like Mako training. Like here's like different and like more difficult situations in terms of ground combat. Like which would you rather do? Essentially, mechanically, it would either be giving you first turn on ground or first turn in space.
okay. Um, what do you guys prefer to have? Ground or space advantage?
Um, go. So what would Rokel do? That's the important thing. Like I
Okay.
can handle, as we've proven, I can handle space combat. I don't need any of you. So
Okay, then in that case, I can. You have my resignation letter.
no,
Too
I need
funny.
your ass on the ground, so I don't have to go there. Go with ground. There's higher chance of people dying on ground. All of our deaths almost happened on ground.
All right, then. We'll go ahead and do Mako style, um, ground combat training. Um, is Rokel aware of some of the Nishizumi reforms to security?
Um,
Because I could have sworn
Uh,
she submit that forward to the captain way before she left.
yeah, she did.
Yeah. I mean, so Rokel would certainly know that the previous Helms person uh, did made a lasting impression on the security staff. Um, uh, Personnel complaints went up by a good 200%. Um, the general consensus was that the security staff would prefer anybody else, and you're anybody else.
And so Edwards
Um,
gave them a Klingon.
yep. So that's to answer your question. Not to be
All right.
savage or anything, but
Has has any of this stuff in the plans been enacted?
you see, like the groundwork was laid, but when it came to approaching the security staff with the rigorous set of drills that Nishizumi required, you saw that yeah, like requests for transfers went up. Just a lot metrics based. It was not good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is pretty much a ground up effort for you.
All right. He's gonna go ahead and try to do some of that then.
Cool, 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 cool.
All
Give
right.
me
He's gonna try to do some of that, and
what are you pulling out of the Nishizumi book of tricks? Um,
okay. Oh boy. Now now Raquel, to be fair,
Have
does
you
not
tried a sullen
know.
stare?
yeah.
I have a wait. Are these drills taking place on the holodeck?
Oh no.
um,
No, most combat drills actually don't take place on the holodeck. Like combat training takes place on the holodeck, but the actual air quote drills take place in the corridors because you
Okay.
want to actually
Okay, so
practice in.
the
Yeah.
empty
they're
corridors.
not gonna have the Kelly protocols kick in.
No, the Kelly
Yeah,
protocols will not be activated at this time.
that's kind of like what the MAs do on ships too,
Yep.
from what I've heard as well from them. Anyway, now Raquel does not know anything about Nishizumi. To be
No,
fair,
100%
so
no. This is from honestly from Rokel's perspective, you've met a lot of assholes. Nishizumi, I'm totally kidding. But yeah, you don't know anything about Nishizumi.
yeah, okay, yeah, she doesn't. He's only seen her like once or twice, and that's pretty much it. So, all right, he'll try to use some of the groundwork um use some of the groundwork that was laid. He's going to try to finish it. Okay.
And improve upon it
Yeah,
with
and
Klingon guile.
improve upon that with a little bit Klingon touch to it. But
Ooh.
he's overall impressed by it.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
But
For
he
sure.
will bring this up to security again. I know they may not like it, but he will tell everyone that, you know what? Hey, that with the possible threat of rogue Klingons, Orions, and maybe even Dominion as well, we really need to work on this. Okay, for security purposes wise, for the Federation, for the glory of the Empire, or whatnot stuff.
Yeah.
A
I
warrior
want to
uses
phrase
every weapon available, and these are available, and it's a sharp dagger, and we will stab forth and onwards.
we have only bladed weapons, nothing else. It's the 24th
Sorry.
century. Lasers
Nothing.
exist, and we're gonna use this knife. Take it.
Hey, to be fair, the last someone tried to kill anyone was with a knife, so
Hey, yeah, and it almost fucking works. I
Yeah,
guess. So, is it so? This is gonna have real game impact. Are you bringing up the Nishizumi plan to your troops
name.
now? Because by name,
are you pulling from or using verbatim? Because
that will change the resistance factor of
Okay.
of the extended task. Dude,
All right.
I'm not gonna tell you which way is which.
All right. So he will bring up the plan, but however, though, he'll make some modifications to it.
Mm,
Because even
okay.
though he really likes the plan, he also he has been around enough of Starfleet to know, yeah, okay, I love this plan, but however, yeah, a lot of Starfleet officers probably wouldn't really like this very much.
Why are all these tanks here? We just have one tank.
Well, we
Uh,
have to.
yeah. So yeah. Make a long story short here. I will be so the extended task, for everybody here, is called "Never Gonna Give Up" ground combat. It has a work track of 20, a starting difficulty of 5, a magnitude of 5, and a resistance because the Nishizumi plan was going to be kind of brought up. Resistance of 2. Um, not too terrible. You'll be able to attempt this one time per session. You're more than welcome to do it right now. In terms of, I'm not really planning on running any drill scenes until the last attempt, where you're trying to actually, finalize this sort of ground combat plan. But the main roller is going to be Rokel. Uh, any
Huh?
other named character, uh, meaning player character,
Oh,
uh,
player.
yeah,
What
any
what
other
about
player character, yeah.
the captain?
what
Yeah.
about me?
What about
s-
the captain bringing him in to assist with this? Because he is aware of the Nishizumi plan. He is unaware of this. Raquel, he's only heard of it.
So if you want to have that conversation with Edwards, I will happily have it.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it up in character for sure.
All right, then. In that case, I'll go ahead and call it in with you first.
Well, get everything in
we'll-
place because like this scene that you're doing right now is happening before I give you con. You didn't bring it
that's
up in
right.
in the ready room, so it's gonna have to come up after we talk again.
Okay.
So,
So
get
we'll
get the gears going on the plan before you bring it up to me.
I.e.,
Okay.
like make the first roll of the thing.
All right
Yeah.
then.
And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll just go ahead and make the roll now. What? And it was control security.
Uh, yes, it will be control security.
Okay.
Um,
Starfleet protocols or tactical systems. Starship
I will give
tactical
you
systems.
Starfleet protocols. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead, and the difficulty is 5.
Correct. Difficulty 5. Okay. I'll give you one threat hold and um, we have 3 momentum. Yeah, we should probably save that for squashing any complications. So we'll go ahead and give you 1 momentum uh and the rest threat for 5 dice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That is
And
5 dice.
I believe it's my first time spending momentum. 'Cause I'm
Mm.
always giving you threat. And
You
you know
know,
what? I think we'll go and use my determination.
okay.
Let's go since we're gonna possibly fighting Klingon rogue Klingons, glory to the Emperor.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Alright.
So then, yep, 4 dice. Check both boxes, the
And
focus and the value, and it should roll great.
oh, alright then. Let's go and roll. Awesome. Is that 16 a fail?
Yes, it is.
Alright, we'll go ahead and re-roll that 16.
Okay.
Alright.
That is 2 momentum generated. And then now go ahead and give me 2 plus your security store in challenge dice, please. Oh, nope. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll. So what's your security store? Roll call. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's your security score?
5.
Okay. Roll 7 challenge dice for me.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Task.
I was did that wrong.
Okay. Uh, okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So currently, as it stands, it is 7 minus the 2 resistance gets you 5 challenge dice, which is enough for a breakthrough. Um,
Which
uh,
was not enough for a breakthrough?
yep,
You
it
said?
is enough for a breakthrough for sure.
Alright.
So that is currently 5 work on the work track, 1 breakthrough.
Would spending 1 for piercing help it a bit more, or
Yeah. So you've already gotten a breakthrough. The only thing that piercing would do would be getting you 2 more work on the work track.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Just that way we have less work to do next session.
Alrighty, sounds good. Yeah, you pretty much this is the planning phase right now. You're basically preparing all of the specific plans that are needed in order to actually schedule and like get the personnel for these drills. Booking if you need the holodecks, booking holodeck time, like getting personnel reports ready, getting potential benefits like pros and cons ready for your presentation to the captain of this idea.
Alright.
So you got your 1 breakthrough. Give
Okay.
me just 1 moment here.
And
All right. So that is your extended task. One thing for the extended task done today. Is there? Is there? Excuse me. Is there anything else that you'd like to do, Ruko?
well, other than speaking to the captain about this, um, well, no. He'll speak to the captain about it, and then try to get this organized.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Just one moment, everybody.
You may have your moment.
Where would the captain be at this point in time, though?
At
So
this point
this
in
is
time,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this is
Before I
before-
pulled you to the bridge, yeah. So, like, you
Yeah.
didn't have the plan situated, mainly because we're doing these things out of chronological order. So you didn't bring it up in the ready room yet. You're, from what I can tell, you're not the type of person who would bring a incomplete plan.
No.
So, like, while you're on for con, you're basically doing the final steps, and then after whatever happens in the next scene, I will probably be in to do the presentation. Actually,
Okay. Next scene. Okay, let's go.
new scene, no momentum for you, and let's go ahead and taking place just outside of sick bay. None of these people. Edwards, you are walking towards sick bay right at the moment.
Yep. And before I get to sick bay, before I get close enough to action the door, I'm like, thinking back to what Kelly said. Fuck. I should probably have someone else in there with me. Castro's got the day off. Kelly's doing security. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Ensign Woodyard, please report to sickbay.
Oh my fucking god. This is gonna be the best thing.
Oh, this is Woodyard here. I'm on my way.
He's got to learn. He's young. He's excited about it. I don't think I've spent more than 10 minutes
Woodyard,
with him.
you walk around the corner, and you see your captain.
Morning, Captain. How can I help you? Or
Bah!
afternoon, or
That is not the direction I expected you to come from. The bridge is that way.
how can I help you, sir?
If our would-be assassin had that kind of stealth skill, I would probably be dead. Okay.
Well, everybody can't be as good as me at sneaking around, sir.
Okay. So, I understand.
Yeah, you're a
that
real
you-
stealth magnet. Dr. Talos walks around the corner.
Excellent! Dr. Talos, you're here too.
Uh-huh. What are we doing? He smiles and looks at both of you.
I am going to conduct an interrogation with our would-be assassin, and I have Ensign Woodyard here as acting yeoman and has engaged with him briefly and has some information.
Dr. Talos' eyes tighten and looks over at you, Lieutenant Woodyard. Well, Lieutenant,
Hi.
taking a trip and cross fertilizing into security, are you?
Well, a good science officer is adept at many different fields. Do you know that I have a couple of different PhDs in astrophysics and biology
Yep.
and archaeology?
Okay.
So,
And then, Lieutenant Woodyard, go ahead and give me what would be the roll to repulse someone away from you? Go ahead and give me presence science, difficulty 1.
presence science.
Science
difficulty
as an anti-aphrodisiac.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
A
think
contraceptive.
I should have a focus for anti-aphrodisiac, but I don't, surprisingly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and not roll a focus.
Alrighty. Oh my god.
The one time
Edward.
I roll a 1.
Edward,
I called
Edward,
him here.
you watch as Woodyard spills some inane jibber jabber bullshit out of his mouth, and Dr. Talos goes from for sure like gonna be noodling my way into this to okay, it looks like you got it covered, Captain, and he cuts you off with you and goes down the hall.
When he is good and out of earshot, I look at Woodyard and I'm like, I see your worth, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you very much, Captain.
And hang on one second. Titan, I'm gonna have you roll one more thing. Do an insight con roll against yourself. Just difficulty 1.
A sarcasm check? Is that what we're doing?
No. I'm trying to see if you actually picked up what you did well in this scene. Your character. I mean. Yep.
Whoops.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! What's happening to me?
He's growing.
So-
Our little
so-
Lieutenant JG.
This is just
So-
fascinating.
Captain Edwards looks at you, Lieutenant Woodyard, and you realize something about yourself, something deep. You realize that when you start talking about the entire crew knows that you're very studious and very smart and for sure qualified to be a science officer, but you get the feeling that some people don't like it when you start rattling off PhDs and like about the 7 papers you read today, and they seem to want to get away from you when that happens. And Captain Edwards seems to look at this as a skill for like getting unwanted people away.
Oh.
So you see that you have this talent and you can utilize it.
You know, I gotta say, there is actually a talent in the books that is this very thing, and I have to look it up and see if I can find it.
No way.
But
What books, Lieutenant?
yes, it's there is actually it's like almost like a what's the technobabble talent, and I have to look it up. I'll find it. That's gonna be on my list for next time.
Oh my
Where
gosh.
you can
Okay.
use your science. You can use your science skill for social interactions and stuff like that. So it's
No way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading it. I can't remember which one it is, but
Somebody find that talent. Anyways, but continue with the scene. I apologize.
Well, now that that's taken care of, how can I help you, sir?
well, I'm kind of taken aback about the number of doors you just opened for me. But aside from that, I'm going to go have an interrogation or conversation with our would-be assassin. And it's probably best I don't do it alone and everyone else is busy. So yeah,
Well, I would be happy.
I'm
to help
hoping
you,
that
Captain.
your unique outlook will pick up something I don't.
We'll have to find that out, sir. I sincerely appreciate you giving me the opportunity to explore some wider skills. It's amazing. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. I realize we haven't spent a whole lot of time outside of meetings, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to work closely together.
Absolutely. And I'll be happy to plan a coffee or a tea meeting in the mess someday if you want to chat.
Edward starts looking over his shoulders for replicators that are not in the hallway.
I feel like
Not say that word.
let's just go inside.
They just transported me a coffee, didn't they?
A cup of coffee appears in a replicator down the hall.
There's no replicator in the hallway.
Sir, did you order this? Hands out a weird-looking mug with some steamy Ractigino in it.
It just says #1 captain on the cup. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
No, it says #1 Kiptane.
Kip. Yes, I did.
My other starship is
Technically.
my other girlfriend's the Guan Yu or whatever.
This is an amazing scene.
Okay. Well, shall we?
We shall.
Walking in to just one moment. Walking into sickbay, you see Dr. sitting, um, running a dermal regenerator along his arm in his office. Um, Ensign Saral is he seems to be doing some medical diagnostics on his little nurses council here. You see the Orion assassin is sitting up in bed, um, just sort of head down, breathing sort of very deeply.
I'm going to let him sit there for a few seconds. Dr. Grix,
Ah,
how are you feeling?
Captain. Recently stabbed. I have felt better, but I'm certainly on the mend. What can I do for you?
I'm going to be questioning our would-be assassin. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm in the area. And I saw you waving your magic wand over your wound and wanted to check in on you.
Yeah. It just needs. You see that he Dr. Grix takes off like a patch, and you see a much better looking laceration. It before it was jagged and obviously like cut. Uh, yeah, it was a jagged cut. Now it's a slightly curving. Looking, it looks like a little scratch, and you see as he runs his dermal regenerator over it, the scratch gets lighter and lighter.
Doctor, just because you've had a little bit more time with him since he's been awake than I have, anything you can share?
Well, I was examining him. He woke up. He,
Past the
uh,
stabbing
he,
bit, Doctor.
yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. This morning he, very politely requested that the restraints be removed. I told him that for the safety of everybody on the ship, that I would be able to remove the pressor fields, but that his legs will be restrained, um, and his arms will be restrained at the wrists and ankles, and that the security field will remain up. Um, as you noticed I posted 2 security guards in here. He seemed to be docile, so I went in. He didn't have any objects on him. I removed his wrist restraints, and now he's currently sitting up. Not a very talkative individual, other than asking for the wrist restraints to be removed.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. I'm going to
My
go
pleasure,
in there
Captain.
now.
Okay.
Ensign Saral, can you give us a
Captain.
few minutes?
You see, he looks over at Dr. Grix, and Grix nods his head, and says, "All right, Captain. I will be over in the science lab." He grabs the samples from his, sort of from the liquid chambers that are in this sort of nurse's station, and then walks through the office and through a set of doors.
Edwards will approach, and if he doesn't look up from the movement, I might just like tap the force field.
Yeah, you see he picks his head up momentarily. He makes eye contact with you and, um, sort of, uh, yeah, he looks at you, looks you up and down, and then, goes back to sort of looking down.
Hi. I don't think we've been properly introduced. I'm Captain Nicholas Edwards, and you are?
Um, a nice surprise. approach. Give me control. Either control or are you intentionally trying to be
Oh, I'm being like friendly and aloof. Like we've obviously met.
yeah. Okay,
I'm not
gotcha.
being aggressive. I'm trying to lighten the tension. Like, dude tried to stab me.
Yeah, so you're trying to lighten the tension, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me control con. I will say um I will say difficulty of 3. Comp 3 for the stabbing thing.
That's fair. Cite my value of diplomacy.
Your focus of diplomacy, sure.
Yeah, that too. Buy up. What are we doing? Con? Fuck, I don't have bold in con. Let's go buy 1 with momentum, 2 with threat.
All right.
Fuck me.
It's looking like a failure to me. You see, he does not react to what you say. You see his lips tighten, his shoulders sort of tense.
Alright, we'll do this another way then. I'm gonna pull out a pad. Attempted murder, aggravated assault, breaking and entering, assault with a deadly weapon, unlawful possession of weapons, and possibly even conspiracy. So, do you want to go with polite introductions, or should I just start laying charges?
Give me... Give me Daring Con. Difficulty... I'll save 2. Still comp 3.
This one's gambling.
Yeah, in that you're obviously bluffing, for sure.
Okay, still gonna buy up to the same amount, 1 momentum, 2 with threat. Because I've learned nothing. Hey, there's some deltas.
There we go. That is... 4 successes. Spend 2 momentum, and I'll give you an advantage that removes the complication range.
Abso-fucking-lutely, I will.
Okay. You see that he looks up and says, "You think my life has any meaning now? Now that I have made it onto the ship and failed?"
Well, you've gotten a lot closer than most people have.
You see he looks down and he almost smiles. I'm afraid close is not really applicable to this situation. I believe there's a human expression, something to do with horse shoes and primitive explosive devices.
Horseshoes, hand grenades, and government work. Close enough.
If it makes any...
Go ahead.
If it makes any difference, I think you know that in the middle there I had a slight change of heart, and it seems like you did too. Been in a lot of knife fights. This one was rather unique.
Let's just say I've been in your shoes once or twice. So, you didn't kill me and I didn't kill you. I would love to help you, but I cannot do that without information. Like, as you said, your life is meaningless now. If I can help you in any way to provide some form of meaning, perhaps maybe I can help Nasha or Laren.
Ooh. Give me, yeah, good one. Give me control on. This is certainly calculated. Control con difficulty, I'll say of 2. You're threading the needle really well here.
Okay. Still going with diplomacy. Like I'm offering, like it's a give and take. Everyone should go
I'll give
away
that.
without getting everything they want.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not ready to cite a value just yet. So let's do the same purchase. 1 with momentum, 2 with threat. And I can't actually re-roll that because you're keeping me on con because you're a dick. So spend a quash. But I should have 2 float from that.
Oh, right. Okay. At the mention of the 2 names that you have, he looks up and says, I commend Federation intelligence. Yes, I can see why a human instinct would be to. My wife and my daughter's life at this point are also forfeit. Once word travels back to where I came from that I failed, that you're living and breathing, they're going to be pressed into service just like I was. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the Syndicate is not necessarily good on women and children.
Okay, I'm gonna do something I didn't think I'd ever do. I was gonna look him in the eye for a few moments. Hit my comm badge. Kelly, can you reach out to your friends and have them track down 2 Orions for me? I think they need to take a visit out to DS Fortitude.
Oh, sorry, let me
One
do it.
Nasha and Laren.
I'll see what the little birdie has to say, Captain.
Thank you. Aaron.
Sorry, my
Yep.
spelling's terrible. You see his eyes squint. He looks at you and then notices a sort of what's Woodyard's facial expression right now?
What's the word? He's very serious at this point. Like this is like something that's new, and it's kind of intense, and he's kind of like he absorbs himself into it. So he's very, very intense right now. Intensely listening.
Kyle needs to go pee, so we can go after.
Damn it! You were supposed to say that. I didn't want to end this. Right,
Go pee. We'll be back.
Right.
He sent that to be like, hey, just step away for just a second. I really need to go.
Okay, I'll be back too.
Oh, great. Well, I guess I may as well
Hi.
refill my drink now.
I've already loaded the dishwasher and got stuff in the washing machine, and I've been playing with my dog, and I've just been chilling.
Well, apparently it is currently a tie at the moment with the Super Bowl, 16-16.
Wow.
Well, good for them.
And it's like 2 minutes left on the clock. So it might go into overtime.
I know. I gotta call my dad. My dad is the biggest 49ers fan in the world. I gotta call him up right now. After this game is done.
They're doing pretty well. They were leading.
Yeah.
At first.
Yeah, the odds are on the Chiefs really big according to Twitter. I don't know if that's the, you know.
That's why I wanted a solo Woodyard scene. Could hold it in longer.
sorry, sir.
You will be.
You
You of
hush
all
your
people know how
face.
important it is.
Yes, I do.
All right. All right, and scene. I'm gonna cut all
The
that.
GM went to go refill his drink.
Okay, I'm grabbing another beer then, which is the cause and solution to all of my problems.
What's the beer called again? Funky, stunky, slutty, or something? What was it called?
Slutty. Oh my god. What?
I
what
Now
are
I
you
kind of want to
drinking?
see a beer called the Slutty something.
It was some kind of like sexual reference, I thought.
You haven't had
Okay,
a
but
sexual
what
reference
isn't?
since the 40s.
She's showing her jams.
Actually, I think he had one sexual reference in our game.
I can't believe
Yeah.
it.
I'm still super salty that we're having
Oh.
very different nighttime visitors.
What did I walk into? Jesus. Always so unhinged.
Sorry about just pulling all of the momentum out of that scene.
That's okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
You
I
see
did have to
that-
spend 2 to quash. No, I'm down 2 momentum, by the way.
Oh, no, you're not. You had two. It was difficult.
Oh, I had 2 float. Yep.
The Orion looks up at you and says, I doubt that you'll. Well, there is a remote planet in the what used to be the Klingon neutral zone. On the other side of Klingon space. They're probably there in a small settlement. That's where I hid them before I had to go in. My name is Jamez.
Nice to meet you, James. Despite whatever might happen between us in the next few minutes, I will do everything in my power to make your family safe. You have my word.
Thank you, Captain. I suppose I may as well. Did I expect to die when I stabbed myself? Yes, but that was not my only purpose. Before tying me down, my memory is fuzzy. I remember 1 minute being in my he does quote fingers, quarters being one level above a jail cell. I then remember being there, but it felt like time had passed. I looked down and saw surgical scars on my chest. And I felt different. I felt strong. Felt like I could lift up a shuttlecraft and throw it.
You see, he sees Edward like reach up to his fucking orbital socket, which is very much bruised. Yeah.
Right. Sorry about that. I think that they must have implanted me with something. But when I would show signs of trying to sort of resist the orders that they were providing me, there would be this burning pain. and I would feel it sort of coursing through me, then I was obedient again. I would do things without thinking. And the final order that I received was to find a way to kill you if I didn't burn up in an explosion.
And I don't suppose they explained why they wanted to kill me. I understand there's a number of reasons people want to kill me, but not this specific one.
He said that he knew you. That you had embarrassed him and more a couple of times. I can't remember his face.
Think I can. Dark hair, weird ears. I mean, that goes without saying in most of this galaxy, but weird ears that hook down to the jaw.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. I'm a student of, believe it or not, I'm a student of human civilization. That's why I probably talk different than most Orions. You know, your idioms fascinate me.
Okay. I'm going to go through a series of questions, mostly a formality. If you have information, great. If you don't, again, what I've promised you will stand. And this is more, we're going to help your family as best we can. This is now to help you. The better you involve yourself, answer my questions, the better it will be to find you returning to your family instead of a Federation penal colony. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, you are doing this all under duress. And while I could happily go through all of these questions, GM, do you want me just to send them to you? We can go through it, but I've got a list.
Send the questions over and I'll give you a roll.
Thanks.
Do you want these questions to, I mean,
within reason.
Yeah, what I can do is I can pull you guys into a different channel and you can ask the questions and then you can disseminate whatever information you want.
No, it's just more there's so many questions I would like answered that it would kill the rest of the session.
Oh, you have them you have a bulleted header filled list.
Have That's you met me?
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, just go down the list.
Just pick a few.
I will say, yeah.
All right, let's just. I'm going to pick a couple of. They're vague. They're vague questions he's going to answer. Basically, I've got that one already. Can you provide any details about the Klingons who were supplying equipment to the Orion Syndicate?
That's the big thing you want to know.
That's the big one, because I'm about to go home to either a court-martial or with evidence. Like, those are my choices to you, the GM, so...
Go ahead and give... go ahead and give me... Yep. You know what? You've been so nice. You could have tortured this guy.
Not in this uniform.
You see that he... Yeah. Well... I mean, we can talk afterwards, but your original idea was a little out of uniformy.
Don't judge me.
The Jamez looks up at you and says, "From what I gather, I wasn't anybody high-ranking or anything. I was the pressy. I worked in the engine room of ships wherever they needed hands. I was, after a bit, I've been in service for about 5 months. operating pretty much solely in the Shackleton. For a while, I was on smaller ships, shuttlecraft, transport ships, independent vessels that are flying an Orion free flag but are actually syndicate ships. Then we started getting posted, the other pressies and me, we started getting posted on Klingon vessels. I don't know anything about Klingon engineering, but I did what I could. From what we heard from the actual agents, they were beginning to receive high-level weapons, intelligence reports, ships, personnel directly from the KDF, and some KDF enlisted people who are looking for glory. Commander Czech, it seemed to me, was the person who was directing all of this. There isn't an official leader of the syndicate. There are cells. Czech took it upon himself to take over the cell and start expanding way, way past what syndicate operations would usually be able to handle. Syndicate's not really for organized bases. They're more for, we're going to meet up in this alleyway, and there's going to be a lot of security that we provide just by statecraft, not necessarily military force. That's pretty much all I know. Then we started getting other technology that I fully just wasn't able to even piece together. Technology like cloaked mines, miniaturized devices like the one that I was hooked up to. And there was the alien. I don't recognize the make. Nobody that I've ever seen looked like that. But he seemed to have resources of his own. And it seemed like Czech and whoever that is were not well together. They didn't work well at all together.
Thank you for your cooperation so far. I've got a number of other questions that my security guards can ask you, but I'm going to go look into getting your family safe.
As you turn away, he says, "Captain,
Go ahead.
There was something in your eyes. I had been thinking about trying to carve that thing out of my chest for a while. But whatever you did, whatever look you had on your face, it was, I don't know."
When this is all over, we'll share a drink.
You see his eyes. His eyes furrow. I'm married, Captain, but we'll see.
You know, you did try to stab me, so Ensign Woodyard, take the next hour or so and just ask a series of questions. Just make sure he's cooperative.
Oh, I have a feeling this is going to get way worse. Please don't go.
Before he leaves, I'm like, but what would I ask?
He hands him his pad of questions.
Are you going to send it to him?
I will send it to him.
Okay.
All right.
Take a determination for having the list of fucking questions ready.
Now I gotta think of a list of things. Oh my god!
It's taking like 5 minutes for me to read all of them.
I know.
He sent guys. He sent a thesis.
Oh
What
my
is
goodness!
this?
It's
I
kind of
literally have
well
a Google Doc
detailed.
just called Guan Yu Scribble Pad, where I throw things
It's
down.
kind of it's the kind of well detailed synopsis though that Woodyard really likes. So he
Yeah.
gets a little smile on his face and turns
And
around.
I do love the fact that Tyler said you could have tortured him but chose not to, and in reality, I just hadn't wielded my best torture tool yet.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna
Unleash
lean and
Woodyard-
listen for a bit before I leave.
Unleash Woodyard on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So, what? Yeah. What's the engine thrust? What's the sensor threshold on your spaceship? I don't understand. It seems like it's a very odd Orion ship for you to have. Can I ask for more information about the types of planetary cultural exploits?
Dr. Grix walks out. Yeah. Lieutenant, what have I told you? Just because they're tied down doesn't mean you can torture them like this. Please leave. He needs to rest.
The captain told me to stay here for another hour. I'm
Oh
staying
my
here
God.
for 59 more minutes, sir.
50 mi- Lieutenant, I'm. Oh no. Dr. Grix
So
to
anyway-
Edwards?
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm
back
just
to
outside in the
Orion
hallway.
culture and civilization.
I walk back in. Yes, doctor?
He doesn't even say anything. He just points to Woodyard and shakes his head.
And you hear him say, "Are there really differences between Rigel 9 and Rigel 8 in terms of holiday celebrations?"
The assassin, James says, "Make it stop."
Ensign, I believe there's some star charts that have your name on them.
Oh, yes, Captain. Just one more question.
Oh,
just
Lieutenant.
one more question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I look at Chem as I say, I'll be back. And I shuffle out
please.
the door. I shuffle
As
out the
Woodyard
door.
leaves, I just look at him, and I can bring him back anytime.
You give me a give me a daring con difficulty 0.
Using my focus of... I don't actually have one.
No, you don't. Yeah. You see that you have instilled the fear of God into James. I like how we're all operating under the delusion that we've all unanimously decided that Woodyard's character is Trev's character is so annoying that he makes people beg him to.
The security guard in Edwards has weaponized Woodyard.
Uh,
Woodyard is now my favorite crew member. As Woodyard runs off to do whatever science stuff, I'm going to head down to engineering and give Callie a back brief so she's not running with just a couple of names.
we head down to.
You don't have to. I'm just informing you that I'm passing that information on.
Okay.
Then you can go to whoever else needs time.
Percha's reaction to this is to look Edwards dead in the eye and say, "And you didn't invite me?"
You were busy, and
Not
up
really.
until about 2 seconds.
How slowly do you think
before-
I work?
Okay, look, I had to traverse 6 whole decks. Normal people take longer than that to encrypt, decode, fix the communication system, and then send encrypted information to Starfleet intelligence. It was 5 decks. 6. 6 whole decks. Anyway.
Still
I
insulted
don't
for the
know-
record.
I'm not entirely certain if I should tell Kestra that I've weaponized Woodyard.
Don't. She'll find some regulation that violates.
Oh, I know the regulations. I am well aware of the regulations. I'm going to forget them now. So, obviously, we know he was acting under duress. This is his family. This is the last known location. Do everything in our power. Use whatever bargaining chips you or I may have. Get them to DS Fortitude and get them there safe.
Are you sure Deep Space Fortitude is the best place?
I'm not.
Deep Space
but
Fortitude is compromised, Captain.
If we have a better place to stick them, great. But his involvement... Fuck it, get him to Earth.
Okay,
Earth
I'll
is
see what I
Earth
can
is
do.
also compromised. Everything's compromised. Fuck the Dominion War! He says to himself at the sky.
Yeah, with with not a lot of options and everywhere being compromised, the scene
And-
ends.
Oh, one thing, Saoirse, when you're done with that, we need to talk.
Is this a you're in trouble, we need to talk?
This is a we're in trouble, we need to talk.
We, sir?
Fine, me. Us.
Okay.
The Guan Yu.
Okay, that makes more sense, sir.
All right. Well, we are gonna go to the hallway outside of engineering. Outside of engineering. Ta-la-la-la. You are. You are intercepted in the hallway by a lieutenant. I'm sorry, by So Grokel.
Raquel has a Rakachino in his hand.
Is it for me? Because that'll dictate how this conversation goes.
Well, okay, fine. He has 2 cups of Rakachino.
Smart. On one hand, I do appreciate the coffee. On the other hand, you are very far away from the bridge.
We'll say that time has passed.
Okay.
Stop yelling at me.
Stop yelling at him.
All right. So
I know your shift's
all right.
over, but who's in the big chair? Because normally it would be Sarah right now, but she's indisposed.
That's a fair point. Who is in the picture?
It's Lieutenant Dune currently.
Oh, Dune works a triple? What a poor bastard.
I mean,
You don't pay
not-
attention to that shit, but I do. Nah, Creighton would likely be thrown in the hot seat for now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah.
All right. All right. So can I start?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Oh, Captain, I just came off of the shift, but I got myself 2 Rakaginos, but I realized I don't need the caffeine. You can have one if you'd like. He hands you one.
You know, Raquel, and as I sip the coffee, this is a classic Earth dating ritual of pretending to get too many drinks. Now, I know that's not your intent, but are you trying to butter me up?
No. I had no idea you were even down here in the first place.
Well, you've got
And
my
he-
attention.
He's being honest as he can.
Yeah, you've got my attention. Let's walk.
But now that I ran into you, though, I finished up some of the plans for the drills, and during my planning, I did find something of this. Something that's called godly, I cannot pronounce this. She
Nishizumi.
chose it to you.
It's a
Nishi.
Earth has many different dialects. Most get tangled up in the universal translator, but that would be a Japanese name, possibly German, of a Nishizumi.
Okay. Earth is weird.
You have no idea.
Anyway. Anyway, I found some of those plans. I assume made by, I believe she was a helmsman.
She was our previous helmsperson, yes. Before Sarah Mitchell took over, she was our chief helms officer and actually designed the tank we don't nearly get to use enough.
We really need to use it more often. But
We need to
however,
find a planet to land on and do science.
we used it one time, but which it was great. But anyway, the plans that she submitted forward, I wanted to discuss about that because personally, I think some of those plans are absolutely awesome ideas. But however, I am aware that because I have spent enough time with Starfleet to know that some of it may not be too welcoming, but however, I have decided to try to put some of this into the drills. If that is if that's okay with you, given the
It's-
fact with all the current situation we are in, I kind of feel like it is precedent to pull that out.
Raquel, as we're walking down, sipping our coffee, you are the chief of security. I've deliberately distanced myself from security because I used to run that section. To the best of my knowledge, we've actually replaced all the security guards just so we didn't have old habits and you could build a team that works for you. If you think that these plans that Lieutenant Ishizumi drew up have merit, vet them, go through them, and apply them to your training regime. I'm all for running additional drills to make sure everyone's up to speed, especially considering all we're doing is going home, and most of our troubles happen within 50 light years of that place.
Alright then. So
I appreciate you bringing it up to me, but I am trying to make sure it's your department to run as you see fit.
I'm well. Thank you very much for letting me handle that. But I also I just wanted to bring this up to you because I had no idea of any of this, and I do understand that Starfleet may not be too. Some Starfleet officers may not be.
It
too
was
happy with
less what she put forward and more how she put it forward. Imagine you're the security officer on a ship and someone from a completely different discipline and section who has no bearing on what you're doing stepping into your office and telling you you're doing it wrong.
that.
Her ideas might have been good, but it was the approach she took that put them in such a negative light. So you, being an outside observer, looking at these, you can see their merit, you can apply them to your own personal thoughts and training plans, and absolutely move forward with them. Because your team, at this point, trusts you. So if you're bringing these forward, they should have no reason to doubt them.
Huh? Very well. I think I understand a little bit more then. Thank you very much for your time, Captain. And I'll go ahead and go forward with the plans.
Not a problem. And I'm going to regret this, but where did you get this coffee? And which replicator hasn't been compromised yet?
Don't worry, Captain. I am well aware of the replicators. I just made it myself. I know the recipe for some of the Klingon Rakaginos.
Well, I've got a French press, and I'm going to be calling on you in the next few days.
Very well. And he just goes, go ahead and leave, and I suppose he'll put this plan forward with some of the other security guys, just so that way they're in the loop as of what's happening.
Yeah, especially Chief Ramirez, who's your second in command.
Yeah, so him as well.
All right. Let's go ahead. Excuse me. All right. We're gonna stay in engineering. Commander Kelly. Are we? Yeah, you were looking into some intelligence, right?
Now that I'm not muted, indeed.
All right. Okay.
All right, so she's gonna go back to her office, which only exists in theory.
Right.
Did you ever see Balan in an office? No. There's your console. It's right, like, this is where she worked. Right there. Go behind that wall.
You know what? If we've had a shift change, then she's probably just gonna go to her quarters.
Okay. Shift change.
Da-na-na-na-na. I don't like the amount of power and resources that get pumped to Saoirse's quarters. Just saying.
I
Yeah.
beg your pardon.
Yeah. As you walk in, Charlie sort of is waiting for you in the middle of the floor here, and he looks up at you.
Charlie gets pats.
You see, he does the weird face nuzzle thing that he's taken to doing now.
Good boy, Charlie.
You see, he does a backflip. You see, he spins around on one leg and then crawls on the ceiling.
Oh, you've got an acrobatic. You're really testing that gyroscope of yours, aren't you?
Zzz, 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 zzz.
Attaboy.
All right. You see, Charlie sits above your table, just so you can keep an eye on what you're doing. And
Yeah.
what are you doing?
She is going to contact Starfleet Intelligence more directly this time. Because now she's looking to ask a favor.
Ooh. Give me 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
I have never loved Kelly more than she's willing to spend her intelligence favors on my requests. Like, those things are worth their weight in latinum.
Look, remember this shit at Christmas, okay?
What happened to Christmas? Dude, it's been a couple of Christmases. Yeah, it has. Go,
who are you reaching out to at Starfleet Intelligence?
It has been so long, I've forgotten his poor name.
Mateo.
Yes, Admiral Mateo.
And if you think that we have a specific token for him, you're wrong.
We still don't.
We don't. We still do not.
No,
yeah.
it has asked
Let me.
It's Mazeo, actually.
Yeah, Admiral Mazeo.
According to the many things I track, it's Admiral Tomasin Mazeo, human, Starfleet intelligent, current perceived reputation and status is annoyed, and noted as Lieutenant Commander Kelly's former CO and go-to intel daddy.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's a way to put it.
I wanted to share it for our listener.
Yes.
Hi, listener.
Hi, listener.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, our Google subscription should really, our sponsorship rather should really drive that content. Okay. You same deal going through Narendra.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to go ahead and spend some threat. And give myself a roll.
Oh, fuck. I probably should have told Kelly everything.
But you didn't.
Nope. I'll wear that later. I even exclusively said we need to talk.
We can, I mean, we can forego this. All right.
So
All right.
I'm guessing the talk will happen after this.
Yeah, when the information won't be nearly as helpful.
All right. You wait a minute, and the gray hair, sort of drawn back, uh, older face than you have seen recently, of Admiral Tadnison Mazeo, your former CO and intelligence daddy. That's his title, his full title. Pops up on the screen for you. Sersha, it has been, well, I suppose it's been a different time for me than it has for you.
By about 6 months. Well, let's get the formalities out of the way first. I had something that I kept on my desk that you always found odd. Do you remember what it was?
Help.
Just make something up. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
It's a subspace changeling check.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha. I was like, you had always right next to your, and it honestly, they kept trying to clean it up, but no, you would always have a jar of white jelly beans. Not any other color, white jelly beans.
Well, it's good to see you again, Admiral.
It's good to see you too. What can I do you for?
Well, this isn't exactly a social call. I need a favor.
You see one eyebrow goes up. Aha. This is the first favor you've called in a while. How can intelligence help you?
Well, it's about the recent assassination attempt on the captain.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for submitting that report. It finally got to my desk here. I have a Vulcan aide who is very, very meticulous.
Well, the were we given a name of the remote planet?
Unfortunately, we were not given a name of the remote planet. Just in
You
the
were not?
Klingon neutral zone on the opposing side. So not
Okay.
not our side, but yeah, the other side. So it does help.
I need an extraction to a secure location for 2 Orion civilians. A grown woman and a child. Finding them is going to be the difficult part. All we know is that it is on a remote planet on the Klingon side of the neutral zone and their names.
Okay.
And the sooner the better, because when the Orions find out this failed, they're going to go after them. Expect potential resistance.
Orion resistance.
Or Klingon, sir.
You see, he looks down and says, "It's quite a big favor." Sort of expected. I thought that you would want me to send you over some of the latest intelligence on the Dominion, but this is an actual favor you're asking. You're asking for what?
A big one. Some wet work, potentially.
You see that he thinks for a good 20 seconds. You see, he puts his hand over his mouth and looks down. You see, you've seen this look on him before. When there has been flimsy intelligence and high risk.
Yeah.
It's his, is this really worth the cost look?
And it is worth noting, sir, that it is not just me asking for this favor. It's Captain Edwards.
If it's Captain Edwards also asking for the favor, why didn't he reach out to me? Or to intelligence in general?
Because I'm the deniable go-between.
You still haven't lost your touch, Commander.
He grins.
I will. There has been some movement at intelligence as of late. Things are not going great with the war. A lot of resources have been diverted to the front and behind the other front. Officially, I'm not sanctioned for any. The Klingons are our allies, after all. This would need to be done on an unofficial basis. There are too many eyes on us right now. Frankly, I can't really think of a better operator to send than you, but considering the fact that you're way out in the middle of nowhere, I will attempt to get some old contacts and throw a team together.
If I may toss a name out, sir,
He looks at you.
what about the Nomad?
Ooh. Key good old GM into this again.
Again, I'm just making up spy shit.
Yeah. Gotcha. For sure. I wasn't sure if you had something in mind. Yeah.
No.
I can throw something together real fucking quick.
No, it's okay.
If
Okay.
I
Do that
weigh
later.
in, it's data we have. If he just says it and I don't say anything, it's made up. And it's now part of canon.
Gotcha. You know, they retired a long time ago. Back in your
Right.
era.
He looks offended. I haven't been out of the game that long.
Months are years to intelligence. You're the one who taught me that.
Fair enough.
I will
Actually,
take
I
your
just had an idea. I'm gonna DM you.
Go ahead. I like playing fast and loose with improv with you, Jack.
Fun.
Yes, and? Why the fuck do you think I took that value? Kelly, asinine comment. Yes, and? I'll likely never cite it, but if I do, it'll be a glorious day.
They are. I would need to reach out to them, see if they're interested. They are usually called in for something bigger than that. But
Usually.
a favor is a favor. Just
And
know
you know
that
I'm good for it.
this is a favor that I may end up cashing in at some point.
You know I'll be here, sir. I've never let you down before.
Keep with it. I will let you know. Good talking with you,
Affirmative.
Commander.
Take care, sir. Kelly out.
And the call ends. Charlie, you didn't notice, is now down on the table and his head is cocked to the side.
He pats him on the head.
If you didn't know any better, Charlie looks concerned.
Picking up on my biometrics there, huh, little guy?
He takes 2 halting steps forward. Zzz, zzz.
I tell you, if you'd have been active when I worked at my old job, you'd probably be a lot more worried about me.
Yeah, you see Charlie goes and just sits on the bed. All right. Scene ends with whatever that was. Uh, that was fun. Okay.
Indeed.
Kyle, did you want to go ahead and do a conference scene at the end?
I do, but I want Kestra there, so we'll have to start the next session with it.
Well, okay. I think on that note, we are gonna end for tonight. I thank every single one of you for there's no big threat spin, nothing bad's happening. I thank all of you for playing with me tonight. I think thank you to our listener and thank you to Google Fiber, our sponsor for just kidding, Google. Nope, it's #ad. But thank you so much for watching and have a great night.
Big sigh.